So tell me a little bit about the origin story. I know that your mom played poker and your dad was a rummy champion.
No, my grandfather.
Grandfather,
actually,
yes,
yeah.
grandfather. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I grew up, I was really fortunate. We didn't have any money, but my mom had to live with my grandparents when we were growing up, when I was growing up, and it gave me the ability to watch him play. He would have games every Friday, Saturday, Sunday in his apartment. And so I would sit on his lap, and I can remember as early as 3 years old that I was just learning how to understand cards. And I guess getting an innate sense, maybe I was born with it. I was just lucky that my mom is a really good card player. My grandfather was this incredible gin rummy player. And it's a very similar type of skill set to play gin as it is to poker. You know, it's a memory, it's a understanding the players that you're playing against, it's some math, it's psychology, and so I learned so much from the two of them. We would play a lot of games in the house also, and we were just very competitive. And so I think that certainly has stayed with me my whole life. I've just been very competitive. Whatever it is that I'm doing, I want to be a sponge of information and learn as much as I can and evolve. And games are always constantly evolving. So whether it's poker or sports betting or investing, it's all pretty much the same skill set. That, you know, it's risk versus reward. It's getting as much information as you can when information is limited, and then trying to make the best decisions. Everything is about making the right decisions at the right time, right? So it's about timing, it's about risk, it's about being as educated as you can. As these games evolve, as sports betting, as poker, as investment, it evolves. You just have to stay on top of things so that you don't get lazy, so that you can kind of stay ahead of the curve. That it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and a lot of people say like, wow, just teach me how to do it. It's not as simple as it sounds. Any one of these things that you take on as an endeavor, you have to immerse yourself in that world, and they're all related,
Right.
but they're all completely different worlds as well. And so I just feel like I'm willing to spend the time, or maybe I'm fortunate enough to have the kind of time that it takes. Not everybody can put that kind of time in.
Right. It's limited information, but it's the art of decision making. Right. And it sounds like they were training you at 3 years old to start understanding this. And now, what was like the hook for cards? What got you to come back? We talked about you saw it, but what was the one thing about cards that kept you going? I'm interested in this. I want to develop.
So yeah, I've been playing my whole life. I mean, I remember we would play in summer camp, where we would play for candy, right? Because we were allowed to get a certain amount of candy at the canteen every week. And at the end of the summer, I would always have this trunk full of people's candy that I would, of course, just give back to everybody. But I was very good at winning all the candy. And so my whole life, anytime I would have a group of friends that we would be looking for something to do, I would always suggest, let's play poker. Whether it was for money or not, I just always loved.
Triple up on your allowance, man.
Well, I always loved it.